Hello, hello. Welcome to Mystic Moon's live tarot readings. How are you today? How are the spirits treating you? Do you think there's anybody like sucking up your energy around you? There's always someone who's like trying to sip you like a milkshake, who views you as a milkshake. And there's others around you that it's almost like peeping Toms and peeping Janes. They're watching you. What are you doing now? What are you doing next? Who are you? You know, the people that are wondering just what is what. There's so many people that spend a lot of time just wondering what is what. They can't do crap themselves, but they continue to watch. And it's almost as though they feel you're saying, watch and learn. And the only thing you're doing is going, oh, when is my life going to get together? Why do I have these a-holes in front of my face? Why can't I meet somebody new? Or can I be in love? Have I ever been in love? You know, so many of us go through life and we're never really in love. Never. We go through the motions, yeah. I mean, we smile when somebody's attractive, watching us. Or when someone, gives us, we feel like chemistry. We all feel chemistries on certain people. Some of us get shy and they go, oh, I can't handle this kind of energy coming towards me. Or something like that. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get shy at the moments that we should be not shy. We should be, hey, good looking. Hi, how are you? And sometimes too, now with our phones and our devices, it's so easy. It's too easy not to be hello human, hi, how are you? We can't do that anymore. It's like, give me your phone number and I'll call you. And we can't be direct anymore. We can't be direct. But loving is a direct emotion. And each of us only come through this phase and this body that we're in, all our bodies, just once. Just once you're in this body, and you can say, oh, my body's not so hot, or my body is hot, whatever. But the point is, it's more than just your body that's wanting love, right? It's more than just your skin wanting to be touched. You want to get that soulmate action, that rhythm, that deepness. And then you realize that some people, they just don't have any soul. They don't have any innards. I mean, yeah, they have the anatomy is right. They got legs, arms, below the belt, above the belt stuff, but they don't have, that real human stuff going on. It's almost as though there might be some kind of strange life forms, just shadow people, but you can see them in colors, not just like, shadow people that people talk about, they've seen, like black things, shadows. How can you bridge that gap? And that's the thing that we're trying to find out. We're trying to find out. And we're waking up. As a whole, we realize that 30% of us are not so smart. Another 30% of us are scared, frightened, afraid. And another 30% of us hold back and slowly taking baby steps. And of course, a country mindset has a lot to do with it. Like in the United States is a strange place. It's a lot of bark, 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 and it's slow on action. Which that you have how society doesn't really want you to be all that fabulous. It doesn't. It wants you to do the same thing that your parents did, that your neighbors do, that your classmates do. Sameness. It's almost as though they're training us to be a colony of termites, colony of ants. Of course, with termites, we could change our sex. I mean, our functionality, our function. A queen could be, a worker can become a soldier, a termite, and vice versa. A queen can become, I don't know, so big the queens are. What can they? Maybe they become a male one. I mean, I'm not that versed on etymology of bugs. But they're trying to treat us like we are bugs. And people are acting like they are bugs. And how can you find love and happiness and comradeship, friendship, friendly people, if somebody acts like a bug, right? And then when you act like a bug and you realize you're with someone who's doesn't have that mindset, you're afraid they're going to squash you. You're afraid they're going to eat you up. And then, like, even the prey element, the PREY and the victim, the scenarios go very, very, it goes tenfold. It just gets together. And then you wonder, how can you find love? How can you find real people? How can you even be friends with somebody? People, excuse me, people meet each other and they have this role play that they're determined to play out. They're determined to play out role play. Role play. Well, I see you and you should be my step and fetch it. You should be my one-nighter. You have to jump when you see me. I mean, it's endless, endless, endless. So I'm just going to take all your ideas and claim them as mine, whatever they may be. I'm the greatest, and you're not as great as me. I mean, that's in essence what a lot of people have when you're trying to find love. You're trying to find your place where you belong. And especially a lot of old people or adults put that towards children and they try to mold that person. They try to get that energy, grab it. And if you really, I think children know that when they grow up, when they're growing up, you feel all that energy burning inside of you. And then you're hoping that somebody else is going to recognize that energy. But do they? And then you grow, and then when you're mature, you're looking for that in friends. You can't find yourself in someone else. You have to explore your own destiny, your own limits, your own boundaries. You gotta have standards, right? And how can you find somebody today with any standards? Because in this ant or termite type colony culture that we live in, how can you find somebody that's wants to be a human being and wants to love, wants to have adventure? And I don't mean the kind of adventure that they walk all over you. No. Whatever it may be. I mean, they want to explore life together. They honestly, sincerely believe in humanity. And they're not afraid of you. They're not afraid of your intelligence, your prowess, your stamina. You need to be loved. You need to grow. How many? And that's something that it's hard to find today. It's hard to find because we have, it's easier to stick your head someplace. And where is that someplace? Where is that someplace that you should stick your head? You should stick your head under the heavens, in the heavens. Because you don't know what tomorrow may bring. No matter how many times you think, okay, the sun's going to rise tomorrow. Right now it's dark. Brian, it's dark. But you don't know what tomorrow may or may not bring. And you say, okay, I'm going to meet these usual people, do this usual thing, and, bing, bang, blah, blah. It's all going to be this way. Well, maybe not. Maybe a spaceship will come and land in your perimeter, and you're going to have to deal with something totally different. Or maybe something will happen. Maybe you'll have a skyquake and boom, a huge noise will be revelations to you, because then you'll feel emotions that you didn't feel. Fear, happiness. Maybe you'll meet somebody that's totally lost. I mean, doesn't know where they are. And then you can meet them and then you just feel a click going on. Or maybe you'll find the best job ever. The best job ever. I can do that. I don't believe that AI is all that great. I mean, I think it's it's talk. It's talk. Because too many people that do not know the mechanics of how it works are talking about how great it is. Now it's almost like a bakery, like a bakery. Like you know what a cupcake is, right? A small cupcake. Now, anybody you think can make a cupcake, put some 5 ingredients together, mix it around, throw it in the oven. However, not all cupcakes are the same. Not all ingredients are the same, right? So there's difference in even the most simplest thing. And some people couldn't even fathom about having I can't make a cupcake. Either it's too much work or, my cupcakes will probably be lousy. I never did that before. I'm saying that it's human initiative in trying things out. Trying things out. Have you tried anything out lately? Have you dared? Have you dared? Huh? Have you dared? There's a person. This person she is a woman, right? Right? And she's alone. And she's looking for love. And she's looking for happiness. But she doesn't know how to get it. So she's fixated on other people's circumstances. And she knows she's doing not what she should do. But she can't help herself because she is thinking too fast and not thinking about the outcome. Now, a lot of people do that. They're just they panic. It's like a panic attack thinking. And you haven't realized, well, gee, if I do that, I'm going to get a lot of static. And a lot of that static isn't good for me. It's not the proper energy. So when you think about your question tonight, your life's mission, think about which path it will take and what kind of questions you put. Like, I would love to fall in love. I would love to have a fabulous job. I would love to travel. I would love to live in a way that makes me feel creative, right? These are our wishes. And how are we going to get that? And you think, okay, right now it's economy, this. I mean, you get a whole lot of no, you can't have anymore. Middle class people can't have, even nothing, just accept, a lousy this, a lousy that. And then you have people going who have so much money, they're going, oh, everything's the greatest. Oh, it's so confusing to find out how are you going to start out? How are you going to end up? And then we're in an era of strangeness, and you can feel it strange, but we still must carry on with our lifestyle. Now, when we carry on with a lifestyle, it doesn't mean we got to watch the movie, because there's no movie. It's just you, I, them, and everybody else doing their business. Now we can say that this person said, that person said, but they're just speaking as I am, just speaking. And you could say, I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm asking you to start thinking, feeling, and taking your wishes and examining them and your desires and seeing where you want to go with what you propose to do. Like if you're in love with somebody that's in love with somebody else, right? Or you're in love with somebody is with somebody else. And you can see that this is effed up situation, and then you think, well, gee, that person is like getting all these things because they're with that person, and I'm jealous, right? You can say these things. Human, it's human nature, and a society that constantly pushes. Look what that person, envy, envy. I mean, this country and other countries too are always pushing. We'd be so much better if you would be so much better if you had that kind of money, if you had that kind of looks, if you had that kind of opportunity. Mm. Mm. Now, you're always trying to sell the whole shop without knowing, even without ever having a chance to get in the front door. Just like people telling you, oh, you don't need to, study. You don't need useless degrees, useless college degrees, useless higher learning. Don't read this book. Just listen to me and be stupid. I mean, that's kind of in the United States, that's kind of elsewhere, not everywhere, but that's the mindset. Listen to me, I will guide you. I will be Big Mama, Big Daddy. Like that, right? Now, that is, that's not a lot of clarity. That's not a lot of anything. That's just a lot of barking. A lot of something that feels funky. Funky. It feels funky. Even you take everything's a secret in the United States. You can't know this. This is what do they call it? Help me out here. What do they call it? They call it not national security, right? National security. Everything's national security. Shut up and just do what I say. I have my secret club and I know everything. And you, knaves, serfs, ants, termites, farm animals, civilization, population, don't need to know everything. Just follow my dictates, my orders. Now it's very, very hard. And the same way they put when you're a kid, you're in school, classrooms, beginning, middle school, high school, college, certificate training. You're not really encouraged to express yourself, right? Right? Like you have nothing until because you're not an expert. But these word plays, all word plays, just think of them as grunts. Grunt, 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 grunt. Just grunts, grunts, grunts. And just so we understand the grunt. Now, if I grunt and snarl at you, you know that I'm angry. If I grunt and I go, growl, I'm being something else. So, I mean, we understand all these body sounds, these vocalizations. But that's all there are. They're barkings, sounds like whale sound. Even when you put something on this, see, nothing's on it, it's empty. I lean something on it. See, that's how we're born into this world this way. That way we get energy. Put something on us, all these prisons, get like good sounds, right? So that's how we are civilized to be. Civilized, 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 civilized. And what is civilized? Civilized is doing what you're told, thinking how you telling you how to think, how to dress, how to do everything, how to eat, how to eat. Like you didn't know nothing. And no matter how many books are available, which they are kind of expensive and they're not very. I mean, how many people can afford to have a good library with workable books to find out? And then education itself is becoming learning. It's not really, it's becoming a rarity. There's so many things that are different. And people that have had all these things, education, good food, nice housing, are so fond of telling you things and that you can or cannot do. It's almost as though we're being lost. And then, of course, if we're being lost, we can see that it's hard. It's very, very hard for people to find love, people to find careers, but not impossible, because if you can empty yourself that you feel like that, you keep your sound going. Feel your senses, feel your sound, feel your light, touch, feel yourself. Do you ever put your hands together and feel your skin? Feel your heartbeat. Channel yourself. Channel yourself. Hello? Hello, Cher. How are you today? Would you like to share something? Something. I have a little pussy cat on my lap. She's doing biscuits. She's so cute. Mystic Moon loves pussycats, by the way. I really do. It's so soft and cuddly. Of course, Mystic Moons likes all animals, by the way. Ah, I appreciate the hello. I appreciate it. I haven't had a live in a long time. I'm so busy. So busy. I don't know with what. Well, I'm just trying to make some changes. Make some changes and going through changes too. I think all of us are going through changes. Are you? Are you going through changes out there? Changes that you like? Changes that are good for you? Are you going through questions that you need answers to? Or that you seek to get in touch with your psychic, your abilities? I mean, I think humans are fabulous. I really do. Awaken, awake out of your slumber. Awaken people to our place in the universe, because we do have a place in the universe, even though people are going, oh, poo-hoo, but so what about it? If you're keeping the knowledge and you don't want me to think that I stand outside at night and the heavens and I'm all the way traveling through space, daytime too, I'm looking and I see these beautiful clouds and I wonder, I'm up there in those clouds. Or I see all these drops of rain. Yeah. Slow is it? They recently found out a lot about time. Like time isn't tick, tick, tick. I mean, nature doesn't have a clock. Humans have made these clocks, right? They have divided the sun. And the sun isn't always at the same time everywhere in the world at the same moment, right? And we live on this rather oval shaped planet. We're on the planet Earth. And we're always being drilled to think that somebody else is better, or somebody else is in competition, right? And then this element of change, it's like yourself, it's like, it's very, very strange. I mean, there's a lot of control factors. and the person you love, the person you want to be. Things are just, we have to unhook out the chains and the locks on our hearts and our minds. Hi, I'm back. Well, you donated. Thank you very much. I received that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, you have a question. That's good. Let's see, what is your question? Oh, that's a good question. Hmm. A lot of us have neighbors that we like, and a lot of us have neighbors that we don't like. So let's see. What can we see the energies about? What can we see are the energies? All right, let's see. Let me see. What kind of deck should we use? Now, we're talking about people that have been harassing you, people that are more than annoying. So, how are they harassing you? What are they doing exactly? I mean, some people just can't stand to see happy faces, right? They just can't seem to be. All right, let's see. How are they harassing you? Are they shouting, screaming? How are they doing? They're harassing you. It's really rough. It's very, very hard to have neighbor against neighbor, but it always happens. It happens. It's very commonplace. I mean, commonplace to have neighbors you don't like. Common to have a nosy neighbor. It's common. It's also common to have a neighbor that's just every action is on their mind. I see a message is held for review. Let me see. So we have a time difference. Sounds like he's giving you ugly looks. Well, do they do anything else? Oh, they bang on the floor. They give you ugly looks, and they call the cops on you. Well, first of all, who has the better place, you or them? Who has the better place? I mean, obviously they're doing it for a reason. They want something from you. Maybe they want your place. Do you have the better place? Do you have the better apartment? No, there's supposed to be more to it. That's sick. That's a sick situation. Does he take the bus too? You live in the city. You live in the city. Okay. You take a bus in the city. Oh, he has a car. So why is he bothered? Okay, so you don't have a car. He has a car. Is it like just him? Is he married? Is he married? It's not just him. It's not just a big scary guy downstairs. Is it a family downstairs? Is it a family? Tell me. I mean, it's. Have you called the police on him as well? The cops on him? Police? I mean, in terms of this harassment? Ah. So there's a family down there. So there's a family down there. Really? Her last memo. So it's Wow, she sounds like a really trashy neighbor. So she's hot on this one. Oh, so well, I think you should move. I think you should move, Cher. I mean, it's like you're in the wrong element. Number one, if this guy can if these kind of people, I mean, well, yeah, it does sound pretty ghetto. Well, how's the energy? Let's see now. Is this man? Hmm. You want to be okay? So they'd be forced to leave. All right. Let's see. Forced to leave the condo, the building. He's in an apartment under you, and he's a scary SOB. And they're like, we have a clash of civilizations, a clash of class element, not be class. Be doing the right thing, being a nice person. We have nice person upstairs and some creepy people downstairs. That happens. That happens. And do you have the better apartment? Okay, let's see. When people can't get work, they can't get especially do you live in a state that that is marijuana friendly, drug friendly? Are these people, do they do drugs and stuff like that? Do they take substance abuse? They alcoholics or ooh, creepy. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, have you gone to the police in this matter? Have you gone to the police? Oh, well, call the cops. Call the police. Or maybe the police won't do anything. Or what? Tell me. What a nasty situation, Cher. That's nasty. Scary. So this guy's a big thug. He's an asshole. And they want your place. They want you to move so they can maybe move into your place. I guess that sounds like it. Oh my goodness! And then and they're drug dealers, and the police, do they know of it or they don't care, or something seems off? Something seems off. But let's see. What's the energy on this one? Let's see now. What kind of? I think I'm going to have to use a different deck, not this one. I'm going to have to use my black deck. Let's see, because this one is different. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's see. Let's see now. Are they going to, what's the energy of the downstairs people? Are they going to leave? Are they going to get tossed out? What's the energy on the downstairs people? I'm curious too. Sometimes we get stuck in places and people move into places and kind of tied up for a while sometimes. I mean, when you have nice neighbors, you can count yourself really, 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 really lucky. And all types of people do all types of things. And sometimes people get desperate. This woman sounds horrible. She is definitely poison pen. And he is, it sounds like, scary. Let's see. Now, which one is this? Let's see this one. Okay, let's start this. Let's start with 4. All right. Now, what is the energy on these people moving? The first card we get is the 6 of Pentacles. I guess the situation is being weighed, like who is the better person, or they're trying to get a better deal. The energy is they're weighing they're bullies. They're obviously bullies. So they're seeing where they can get with their circumstances. They're weighing their options. They're weighing their options about leaving. And they have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. What is their energy? Well, they feel that they can, they're the cat's meow. That's for sure. They got a good deal. and that they're in control. They anticipate, they feel that they have more mobility than you. They feel they have more options than you. But we're going to see what this Nine of Cups really is. And then we have the 10. Oh, they're just like, what is their energy? Well, their energy is overflowing with positivity. Overflowing with something. Now, this 10 of Pentacles, what is their energy on this? They feel they've got it. And the Queen of Swords. Wow. Well, let's just see a little bit more what all this rah is all about. Okay, now we have here let's see this 10 of Swords. Now, what is their energy? They're all ready to go. They're like something. Well, they must have a lot of drug addicts. If he's a drug dealer, how long can this go on? Okay, so they're like, okay, so you can even say this 10 of Pentacles is a drug-induced delusion. Let's just see before we make any more comments on it. All right, let's see. Now, what is... Take this one. People's reality, I mean, they relate to people. People relate to each other on common terms. And it seems like... I'll take these three on this one. It seems like this 10 of Pentacles. Let's just get a little clarification on this one. First thing we get is the Emperor. A lot of male energy, a lot of aggression. This 10 of Pentacles is a lot of aggression, right? A man's world, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And obviously, you're not a man. Then we have the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. It could either be that this aggression has a time ticket on it. Perhaps the police know about his dealing. I mean, he got this he can't be comfortable. If he's dealing drugs, and I'm sure, even if you are in one of those states that have legal pot shops, there's something about this 9 of Wands that is pushing the Emperor, pushing him till he feels that this isn't exactly a pleasant 10 of Pentacles. I guess maybe drug dealers, they just try to, push the envelope, push. Well, the pushing's good. And then we have the Hermit. So what do I get from this energy? I get like two major arcana cards in this 10 of Pentacles. And I have the 9 of Wands. So I have somebody who feels very alone, even though he's dealing drugs and he is going around with all sorts of bravado. I feel that there is something riding him. He's trying to make the most of an opportunity for the time that he has it. This is a timing thing too. This is not a happy 10 of Wands. A 10 of Pentacles. This is not like hallelujah, Meribaba, and praise this and praise that. No. This is something that this element, that this person, this bully, he has something. Okay, so something he alone is being pursued by. He has something outside of, he's a phony. He is a phony. A lot of bullies are phonies. And he has something that's riding him, that's on him. I don't know what it may be. Car tickets, parking tickets. Um, Somebody's after him. Somebody's going to get him. There's something violent in this. The Ten of Wands. He's running from something. He's anticipating something. He's anticipating something that's going to hit him, could hit him. And this Ten of Pentacles, and I would say that this is something, earth energy. It could also be money. It also could be somebody that knows this, he's dealing, and they're trying to, like, gangster action, because there can be only one. We have the Hermit and we have the Emperor. We have this, like, he's looking out for me, myself, and I. He's that type of person, and he has a Nine of Wands. So I would say this, a lot of this, this Ten of Pentacles is not a good Ten of Pentacles. It is not a good Ten of Pentacles. This is anticipating that something's coming, and if he doesn't give a show of bravado, it's a show. If he doesn't give it, he'll give his position away. And then when you have this Queen of Swords, he is in a precarious situation. He is in a precarious situation. He's not sure that, like, has the word gone out to the law enforcement that he is, or I would say if he's a drug dealer, that's illegal. I would say that he is paranoid, very paranoid. You know a lot about this person. Have you been discussing him with someone else? Or how do you know all these things? Well, we can keep that to yourself, but there's something riding on this person, and he's afraid of the word getting out, what he does. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. We can do that, can't we? Let's see now. Let's look at this, another deck. Nine of Cups. Now what kind of, he's paranoid. Let's just get some more information about this Nine of Cups. All right. Let's get a little bit more information on this Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. He's anticipating what? Anticipating something. What's the energy on this Nine of Cups? I feel this one. Let's pull 3 cards, and let's see what the message could be. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Let's take this one. Now, we know he's paranoid. Now, how... Nine of Cups could also be, since it's awaiting something. Could it be? It could also be a timing card. But something in him is really making him restless, and that's probably why he's. If anybody, in fact, a lot of aggressors. Which one of these two? One of these two. Which one? This one. Okay. A lot of aggressive people are aggressive because that's their control factor. And already we can see his Ten of Pentacles is laden with bad energy. His burden. It's a burden he's over. The King of Wands. The King of Wands. And what's the next card we have here? Gramakin. All selfish energy, and there's a fire. Oh, he's expecting something to go down. Justice. Wow. Gee, justice. Grimalkin and the King of Wands. It's almost as though he feels he's being tapped on. He's paranoid. I catch this nine of this Nine of Cups as being paranoid. Very paranoid. Very, 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 very paranoid. There's something, maybe obviously his drug dealing is getting a lot of play, a lot of talk. And he is, me, myself, and I, very much worried about his position. Justice. He's afraid of getting done in by the police, by law enforcement. Yeah, it sounds like somebody is like somebody squealed on him or something. I don't know. So I think that his whole act, he sounds like he's too showy is the wrong word. He's too abrupt. He's too in your face. He's trying to rush a situation, thinking that if he, like, his position is known. And he can't hide what he does. He cannot hide what he does. He cannot hide it, and his position is known. And even though, wait, my kitty cat has to come down. His position is known. Nine of Cups. Look at this energy. Justice. Yeah. Law enforcement. Yeah, he is trying to. He is trying to get as much money as he can get together quickly before somebody he gets arrested. Sounds like that. It's very much. And then this whole Six of Wands. Now his diplomacy, that could be just his illegal activities. His illegal harassing you, dealing drugs, and things like that. I mean, that's pretty intense. How long can you actually remain unaffected or free? Unaffected by you. I mean, everyone is affected by what they do. If you are, if you're a baker, or if you're a cop, or you're a scientist, I mean, you're always affected by what you do, right? You're always affected by what you do. So let's just see about this Six of Pentacles, all right? We're just going to see about this Six of Pentacles. It could be a lot of things. Just make sure I don't like to do reversals. Just don't. I just generally, if they happen, they happen. But I generally try not to deal with reversals, just because everybody has their peculiarities. That's fine. Now, he's a nasty person. He's building up such bad karma too, bad energy. All right, so let's just see this diplomatic. To me, I see the Six of Pentacles as being his clients, his drug dealing clients. I mean, drug receiving, things like that. All right, take one. Let's see. Two. All right. Now let's see this. Let's get a little word on this. Let's get a little metaphysics on this Six of Pentacles. Proclaimer. proclaimer. And the next one is the Ten of Vessels. The Champion of Wands. Well, we have two. Oh. Well, obviously, he's getting feedback from being a business person of controlled substances. I would say this Six of Pentacles is his client list and his activities, his drug dealing activities. And, well, business is good. A lot of people can't take reality. Ten of Vessels. And we have him as being, I would say that this he knows his people. He knows other fellow people who cannot take being straight. So this is his people, his clients. This one, I would say, this Ten of Swords, this Ten of Pentacles is all about somebody's after him. He's got somebody coming for him. His paranoia, the reality of his situation. And his Four of Cups, his Nine of Cups is me, myself, and I. And also, too, he's like, we have Justice, and we have the Morgan, and we have the King of Wands. We have all this, make my money now and run. He's prepared to like split at any time. And we have this Queen of Swords. Sounds like he's in a duality state of like, he's got to be able to run at any time. He's ready and mentally prepared to cut out while he can before he gets thrown in jail or something like that, before he gets popped. And I would say the enemy, he lives on a seesaw existence. And he's under a lot of stress. Well, you'd have to be a drug dealer and think you're going to get away with dealing drugs. Well, he is preparing to go somewhere, I would say. But he has a lot of baggage with his drug clients. His business is here. His business is where you are. But this Ten of Pentacles, under the Nine of Wands, and the Hermit, and the Emperor, somebody's on his case, big time. Somebody's on his case. I would say just be careful. Just be careful, because he is not, you and him, it's just a space thing, and he is a nasty person. Oh, another question. Well, you would have to donate for that question. But he has a crocodile on his backside. He has something snapping at him. He has something that you don't have. But he's a dangerous character. And that's, in fact, like being around a drug dealer is, a lot of people are trying to make ends meet by dealing drugs, no matter what state they live in. All types of people do this, and it's like OnlyFans for guys, something like that. I don't condone drug dealing. I think that we should be prepared for our place in the universe, and being doped up is stupid. Very stupid. Very, very stupid. It's working hard on being stupid with, it's easy. It's working dumb. It's working stupid. And Who will leave first? I'll just open this deck. Who will leave first? Okay, let's just see. Let's open this up. Who will leave first? The Devil and the Lovers. Wow. That's interesting, isn't it? The Devil and the Lovers. Who will leave first? Well, it looks like some situation is going to come to your rescue that you'll be able to leave and get away from this damn fool. Two strong opponents. Two strong major arcana. The Devil, and the Lovers. It looks like you're going to be getting some help to get out of here. And interesting. Isn't even two figures. Good and evil. Smart and stupid. Let me take a break for a while, okay? I'll be back. Thank you. Let me get something to drink. You're welcome. And thank you. Hello, webbed feet. How are you? I see you have. Thank you so much for your donation. I got that through Cash App. So, webbed feet, what is your question? That's good. Okay, so do you have a specific question or do you just want a general reading? Why don't you write out the question for me and I'll see. Okay, you want to know? Okay. If you write articles again. Okay, for online sites. Will you make it? Okay, so you just want to know about if you can start writing articles and getting money, getting an income from online sites. Is that your question? Okay, so you want to know if you write for articles online, can you make a living from that? Can you make a living from writing articles online? The star with 10 of swords. Well, in this energy, you have the talent for it. 10 of swords could imply a talent that you haven't used, or also, too, it could be that other things that you have been doing so far, things that you enjoy doing, things that you feel like you're a natural fit for, they haven't turned out that well, or they haven't turned out as planned. The star here tells me that you have the talent and the skills for writing. Also, too, with 10 of swords here and the lovers, it tells me that it is a good thing that you are thinking about doing something different than what you've done so far, what you have been doing to date. However, you've been spending your time hasn't really paid out for you, so it's good that you're pivoting. The energy wants you to pivot. And so the star, I have the sun, 7 of vessels, and Queen of Pentacles. I'm going to say yes, you can. You're going to have to go and have more than either it feels like one genre. With the 7 of Cups could mean a couple of things. So, take this as it resonates, think about it. 7 of Cups could mean that you have to go and work in order to make a living
for either various sites, just not one client or one business, one publication. It could also mean in this energy that you'll have to go and write on different subjects. Just can't write on one thing, you'll have to write on a variety of things. And or a Seven of Cups could also mean that in order to go and make a living via writing online, you'll have to go and work a lot to do that. You have the stamina to do it, you have the ability to do that, you have the talent to do that, but it could also mean all three. With Seven of Cups, it could mean that you will have to work for various clients, you will have to go and put in some long hours, and you have to write on various subjects. We can find out some more information about this. Bottom of the deck energy, I have a Page of Cups energy, Wheel of Fortune, and the Moon. So, it's a good move. It's also going to take a little bit of time. So don't necessarily expect that you're going to go and make a sufficient living or make a decent living right away. You're going to start off from somewhere. You're going to start off as a newbie. Also, too, in this energy, Wheel of Fortune and the Moon with a 10 of Pentacles, the sooner you get started on writing, the better, because it's going to take a little bit of time. The longer you take to get in it, the longer it's going to take for you to sustain yourself. And also, too, I guess, get your audience of people who will read your work and employ you to write for their publication. So we could take a little closer look. Sun, I have 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups. I have the Moon. It's a watery energy here. Okay. So, a couple things. One, I do think that you would enjoy the visibility of getting your work out there. Also, too, there would be a market for what you'd write about. People would read it. You would go and get readership. And I think it's also would be a generally, you'd feel good about the work that you're doing. 7 of Cups energy here with the Moon, Ace of Coin, 8 of Wands. So you could feel like, they said still keep in mind that the 7 of Vessels could either refer to a bunch of clients, different subjects, and long hours. It could refer to one of those things, some of those things, or all of those things, right? In this energy. With the Moon, Page of Pentacles, and 8 of Wands, this could tell me that you could feel either a little overwhelmed with the amount of work that you'd have to put out. You could find yourself constantly pulling long hours and completing projects with tight budgets, or you just have like not that much time to do other things. And it could be too that you're just doing a whole bunch of little small projects, small accounts. So I think that you get paid by the word, and also too with the beginning, when you start off, you get paid by the article, right? You could get paid $50. Well, some people, they could get paid $25 an article, right? But standard would be like $100 an article. And then I think they say things like 3 cents a word, 15 cents a word, $1 a word, depending on how well known you are. But it could be that in this energy, you could feel like you have to do a lot of things to get results, and it's just a little overwhelming. I feel like there's a lot of different things that you have to go and complete. I feel like there's a little bit of long hours, and also too, you could be feeling like the projects are so small individually, and that could be a little bit of a drag. Maybe while, let's say, some people could write 3 articles and that could be sufficient for the week. Maybe you'd have to write 12. Queen of Pentacles is actually not the best energy. You could feel too that as you're working in this, as you're spending time, as time goes on. Now, first of all, you could feel a little bit of remorse, either from the time that this takes away from that which you have been doing or what you like to do. Because remember, in that first initial energy, we had Queen of, excuse me, no, we didn't. We had the Lovers with the Ten of Swords. And that tells me that there's something that you really love doing. You really feel like you're meant to do. You get a whole bunch of razzle dazzle just by doing it. You feel good about yourself and the work that you're doing. And that work hasn't really been paying off. But I feel like, although it hasn't really been paying off, the time that you take away from that and you put it onto other things, that would depress you a little bit, I think. I think, too, with the writing online and the time that it would take if you were trying to go and create a living from it, I think you wouldn't really feel like you were getting the most positive results from it. The future of it would be a little uncertain, or supporting yourself comfortably would be a little uncertain, and or the acknowledgement for the time that you spend with it would be not adequate. And I have the Devil. I don't know about this being the way that you make a living. I think that you would be disappointed with some barriers that you would come into. I think you would be disappointed with the pay. I think you would just be disappointed with the amount of time that goes into it. And you would also be disappointed with the future, like the writing that you have done so far, or so far progressing into this. How would that pay out in the future? Short-term future, long-term future, it would be uncertain for you. So what did you think of that reading? Bottom of the deck energy, I will say too, I have Ace of Coin, 4 of Coin, 8 of Cups, Hermit. You know, it seems like extra money situation. Yes. I mean, I feel like with this energy, it's a way to go and get money into your hands. And also, too, the fact that you could work by yourself. But I still think as well that wouldn't pay that much. It would take a lot of time. And I think even, too, in the beginning, this could be like a low visibility. But, I mean, you definitely would get money into your hands. Would it be enough to sustain yourself? I don't think on the long term, writing online, see, the question was to just not writing in general, right? We're not talking about writing a novel, writing a comic book, writing a TV script, right? We're talking specifically about writing online or writing for publications, writing for serialized publications, right? I think that in the long term, you would feel unsatisfied with it if you had to dedicate the time to it. Okay, well, I would need a little bit of a donation to go and explore that. Would you mind donating again through Cash App, and I'll take a look. Well, what I pulled for was writing. One second. When you said writing for online sites, so I mean, there's lots of magazines and newspapers that they have their printed content. They also have their digital content. So I would just see that as basically, whatever kind of lifestyle sites or news sites or publication sites that, or, beauty sites, whatever, right? But this is like writing online. But I wasn't pulling for, okay, but I wasn't pulling specifically for writing if you were writing, as I said, for a novel or a TV script. But if you were writing online, take your time. But if you were writing online for, like best beauty tips or venues to go and check out, or the state of the local budget, what's happening in politics, like, whether they're informative in the news section, whether they're going to be lifestyle, whether it's travel, whether it's a how-to, etc., right? But online in that manner. Okay, great. Yeah, take your time. And if anyone else wants a reading, let me know. I can go and add you after Webbed Feet. Donated. Thank you. Okay, so write out your question one more time. Do you want me to pull on should you focus on short stories? Should you focus on fiction, on creative literature and creative fiction? Tell me how you'd like me to explore the question. Yeah, so just write out the question. Do you want me to focus on? Okay. Well, I mean, articles are articles and short stories are short stories, right? Short stories are fiction, first of all. Excuse me. Short stories are creative work. Even essays are still in creative literature, while articles are more commercial, right? There's commercial writing and there's creative writing. Like you could have also too, like a book published of essays, or a book published of essays and short stories. Look at Sandra Cisneros. Her work is a combination of essays and short stories. Okay. Should you do creative writing work, creative literary work? Let's go and see. We've already seen what it's like if you write on a commercial level. Okay. So let's go and see, should you work doing creative writing as opposed to commercial writing? Doing creative writing, if you should focus on creative writing, will you be able to make a living from that? Okay, so we have the Tower. Creative writing, thinking about short stories, thinking about novels, thinking about poetry, thinking about essays. And I have 3 of Vessels, bottom of the deck energy. I think a big surprise would be awaiting you. An event or reception that you did not anticipate or expect. 5 of Cups, Knight of Wands, Tower, well, not Tower, excuse me, Chariot, Wheel of Fortune. With Wheel of Fortune, Chariot, Knight of Wands, and 5 of Vessels, it feels like, before you have tried to go and make things work with your creative writing, and just maybe circumstances just didn't allow for it to go and come through. But I have a breakthrough here with the Tower. I have 8 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, bottom of the deck energy, 6 of Swords, 4 of Cups, 5 of Wands. Well, it would be a different type of schedule that you would be in. I feel like you'd have to go and really buckle down and spend a significant amount of time between Temperance and 3 of Pentacles, 4 Cups and 6 of Swords. You'd have to spend a significant amount of time doing this daily. But as long as you have dedication to that kind of schedule, that's the first step. It's like too in this energy, even if you don't feel like per se writing or, putting time to your projects, you still have to. Like, you have to get into the habit. This feels very much like habit, energy, and also too, not necessarily energy that you can go and bounce off of others or get immediate validation, understanding that when you're going in this, you're going to have to, first of all, complete that writing. If you don't complete that writing, then, it's no good starting a book and it's only half done or even 98% done. You need to finish it. Also, too, in this energy, being aware that while you're completing those projects, you're not going to get any support. I feel like that 4 of Vessels, 6 of Swords, or at least not that much support, maybe a trickle of support, but the fanfare is going to be non-existent. There was something else I felt from this energy. Also, too, just the fact that, it's a quieter lifestyle and it's a lot more internal. You just need to have dedication to go and keep up that schedule. But anyway, we have the Tower. Tower is clarified by 8 of Wands, 10 of Coin, and 10 of Wands. If you ask me, yes, you can make a living doing that. I feel like definitely can make a living doing creative writing. Definitely will go and get the contract. I think that could happen a lot sooner than you would anticipate or expected. I do think once it happens, though, you're going to have a lot of work and burden to go and push through to either maybe it's the scheduled due dates of when you need to have things completed, or the amount of volume that you have to create in a certain amount of time. I don't really think there's any need to go and clarify this because I get yes, but since I'm in the energy, I'll see a little bit more about what's here. 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands gets a 3 of Swords. So, it has to happen fast. It has to happen fast. So, 8 of Wands, I have 3 of Swords, Hermit, and Queen of Pentacles. I think it's just the opportunity that you could be waiting for, just the opportunity that would go and assist you, just the sort of opportunity for a validation that you need, just the right opportunity to make use of your skills. You could very easily get a contract signed and get some sort of down payment to go and start writing. Ten of Coin, I have Champion of Vessels, King of Coin, Five of Wands, Champion of Wands here. So what I'm getting here is that things could move very, very fast for you. I do think that they would put, again, amount of money for you to live and subside. Definitely you could support yourself in this energy. Five of Wands here. Five of Wands could be, I'm not really going to explore it, but the energies that I'm getting around Five of Wands in this case could be, maybe there's some creative differences between the person who likes your work and is funding your work, what they would like to go and see you make in your work, the changes they'd like to see. It could also be in this energy that, well, they're putting some sort of pressure, trying to change the direction of what you're doing. They could be speeding you along faster than perhaps a pace that you're used to. I don't know necessarily if this is them paying you cheaper. I don't think so. I think this is like putting pressure on you to move faster, or wanting you to go and change certain things, certain creative changes, maybe to match what they publish or what they think that you should show in your brand. And 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands, I get another 10. 10 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, another 10. We have all the 10s here except a 10 of Cups. If you ask me what that means, well, I guess number one, it's overdue for you. Probably something that you should have been doing a lot sooner. I have the Sun underneath and the Page of Coins, Six of Wands. This would be a new start for you, but it's a start that I feel you should have done earlier or sooner, or a start that you're meant to do. This is something that you're meant to do. 10 of Wands. Well, 10 of Wands is clarified, as I said, we have 4 10s in your reading. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune is the original 10. And then we have a 10 of Pentacles. Everything but a 10 of Cups. This 10 of Wands just tells me that almost like things are difficult right now, or it would be difficult for you right now to push it together, to pull it together for you to go and right, not impossible, but hard. And I say again, not impossible because we have the Tower. It's worth it for you to make an effort to do it. A lot of work to do that. But I also feel here with 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Remember too, in that other part of the reading, we already had 10 of Swords. When we were asking about writing before, and it was 10 of Swords and that heart. I feel like there's like something that you've been pushing some things behind you. So it could also be in this energy that some things that were holding you back have been mitigated. But even for you to go and look at the future and your next steps, it's going to still take effort, going to take focus. There's a little bit of challenge here. It's work. I feel like it's focus and the effort in the midst of everything else that you have to do. But it's worth it. Something that you're meant to do. Something that you should do. Something that if you're able to go and push this off, as soon as you're able to go and push it off, I do think you'll get a bite fast enough. And that bite will allow you to sustain yourself. So that is my reading for you, webbed feet. Two parts of a career reading on writing. Writing prospects. Definitely writing creatively is what you should explore. The other side will burn you out. Won't be worth exactly the effort. Thank you for the hearts. Do you have any other question, or is that it? Okay. Well, I am here in case anybody else wants a reading. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for your support. If anyone has any questions, I am here. I'm around if you want to go and explore anything about work, love, friends, family, issues that are across the veil. Maybe you're curious about channeling someone who has passed. All those things we can take a look at, all those things we could explore. You know, as we have passed the halfway mark of this month, it's interesting because, at least for the official calendar year, we're left to 6 weeks of 2025. Isn't that something? 2025, year of the snake. The transformation, shedding, as I mentioned before, in an aware or beware I did yesterday. I really do feel that this year overall was the transformation. Wasn't really so much transforming into something better, but I feel it was releasing that which has been binding you, that which has been around you. 2025 was all about release, or is all about release, as we're still in 2025 energy. But 2026 is just around the corner. In a few weeks. As the weather gets colder and colder and the days get shorter and shorter, and perhaps the one happy thing that all of us can glean from it is we can go and celebrate those who have their birthdays in Scorpio season. Happy birthday, Scorpios. I do believe we're just about to go and enter a couple days away from Sagittarius season, welcoming or remembering, celebrating, anticipating all the Sagittarius and their dates of when they first came into our world, drew their first breath, opened their eyes, and looked at the first things. Anyway, it's a celebration for all the Sagittarius suns. And then we'll be moving into a celebration for all the Capricorn suns. And then we would have reached the end of our conventional calendar year. Give Capricorn season a little bit more until next year. And for the Chinese zodiac, next year is the year of the horse, I believe. Now, I haven't gone and seen any type of predictions of the year of the horse. I also haven't pulled yet on any 2026 predictions. I do believe last year I actually did start doing 2025 readings way before this time. I think I did it quite early on. maybe it's time soon to go and explore 2026 energies. You know, you think about it first, the energy numerically of 2026, we have even numbers. We have twos and sixes, so we have partnerships and how do we work with relationships. If we were going to go and think about just the numerical vibration that's around the year. Also, too, we can consider 2026 as also well, it's even numbers. We have vibrations of 2 and 6s. We have vibrations of, which could mean partnerships or 3 pivotal types of partnerships that are coming for everyone. 3 specific pivotal type of relationships that we will establish with 3 different groups of people. We could also think of that too in the vibration of 4 and 6. So there could be stability as well with those who we are dealing with, those who we shall be dealing with. Also, too, the people who we will be dealing with, there'll be people who are beneficial for us as we are for them. The vibration of 6s. If we go and, interestingly enough, if we go and continue with exploring the vibration and the energy of numbers, 2026. Well, 2 plus 0 is 0, 2 plus 4, 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 6 is 10. We have a vibration of 10 coming up. So when they said that 2025 is a year of transformation, I guess it's important to go and consider how much transformation can you have in a year with a vibration of a number 9. Which I believe it's a number 9, right? Maybe I should go and check that. 2025, we had 4. Yeah, it was a vibration of 9. Sometimes I like to check those things. So my point is, with the transformation, maybe we were hoping for things to be more external. You know, change you could actually see. But it's like in this energy, it's more like change. Could be a change of the heart. I feel like if it was change of the heart got graver. The heart got a little bit more fragile. And also, too, the heart got a stronger shield around it. If we were thinking about transformations in a vibration of 9, in the energy of snake. But I would also say in a vibration of 9, the transformation is transformation that you're yet wanting to see. How could there be a transformation in a number 9 year? That would be flashy. Think about all the characteristics of a number 9. 9 is not yet complete. The transformation that you'd hope to go and get, not yet would you be able to see those results. Instead, if anything, the transformation would be on a mental level. How you think about things, how you view your place in the world, where you go and travel and walk to, those things. Those things are what has been transformed for everyone in a vibration of 9 in a year of the snake. You have been transformed internally, maybe to the values that you've held. You have been transformed in that, the direction in which you have been heading in. The direction has been changed. maybe 2, again in vibration of 9. Not quite sure where or how, but I'm pretty sure just from what I know about the vibrations of what I know of 9, your path has been changed. Transformation is coming. Transformation, everything that has happened this year is internal. So let's go and think about the vibration of 10 and year of the snake. Excuse me, year of the horse. Now, I don't know, as I said, I haven't really looked into it. Not yet. In fact, I even forgot what was this year. Like, it was a year of the snake, but what was it, the year of like the red water snake, right? Or the green earth, green fire snake, etc., right? You get the idea. There's a color, there's an element, and then there's an animal. So I don't recall what those other things were for the snake. And I don't know what are the other characteristics with the year of the horse that's coming up, what color it is. I would take a look, but then I'd have to go away. Somebody here would like to let me know what is the characteristics of the upcoming zodiac year that we have, the year of the horse. What color is it? And what element is it? It could be yellow, red, green, blue, and black, I believe. Those are the 5 color elements that are there. Each one is rather specific in what it could connotate and allude to. And for the elements, well, the elements likewise are 5. That would be fire, earth, water, air, and metal. So who knows what the year of the horse is in terms of color and in terms of element. But I do know something as well vibrationally about the element of the horse. Horses are headstrong. Horses do best in a group. Horses can be independent and stubborn, but horses ultimately still thrive. In order to thrive, horses need company. So if you ask me, first of all, Year of the Horse talks about social groups, talks about your presence in them, talks about your leadership in them, possibly too with other people, establishing hierarchy, rank, and dominance. Whose direction do you follow? Whose direction is followed in the year of the horse? Nay. And also with the year of the horse energies, how independent are you? How much do you follow in line with a path that's already set? How much of a free spirit are you? And where do you apply that spiritedness? Are you joining the system? Are you buckling the system? Those are some basic elements around horse. Horse can also have a bit of a sulky attitude to it. Horse doesn't get their way. Horse goes, okay, goodbye. I wash my hands of this, and horse goes off to the outskirts of the group. And, not much gets done because horse is living their own truth, but horse, as I said, in order for true energy of horse to come together, horse needs that social structure. Horse energy needs an audience. Horse needs the hierarchy of the group. And horse also does quite well in leading the group. Horse does best with attention. So, vibration of 10, which numerically also breaks down to a vibration of 1. It's interesting. 10s and 1s are cycles. Even though you think that the theme of cycles literally would have been this year with a year of the snake, well, you know, there's a bunch of things going on. Each system has its own way of perceiving a period of time. I mean, there's a Vedic system, there's a Chinese system, the Koreans have their own system, there's a Native American system, there's, I'm sure, other systems that just aren't spoken about or known. But we think about the vibration of 1 and 10. Now, this is where that transformation, maybe you were thinking, year of the snake, and they were saying you're going to undergo a change from who you are now. Well, you did internally, essentially. Whatever too has been hanging on you, slouching on you, now you finally can go and shake that off. But all the change primarily happened internally. Next year, with being the year of the horse, a vibration of 10 breaks down to 1. Next year will be the visible transformation you were perhaps expecting this year. Now you're actually going to go and have the razzle-dazzle of what you anticipated to see in yourself, anticipated to see for your environment, anticipated to hold in your hands, anticipated to come at you, anticipated in being perceived, anticipated in going. Also, too, again, we're talking about Horus energy. Now you'll probably be able to go to where you expected to go next year. I do expect in that energy too, at least for the majority of you, a more active space. A more active place. And more people. Now, whether you are leading that group of people or you are just falling in line and following them, well, all that remains to be seen. But when we're talking about next year and the energy, that's my first prediction for all signs 2026, regardless of what your zodiac sign is, Chinese or Western, how old or how young you are, if you're male or female, if you're coupled or uncoupled or single, if you're working or not working. I see 2026 as a year in which the transformation that you want to see, or at least visible transformation, that is actually going to happen next year. I would also say too, since it's the year of the horse, now obviously I don't know how that energy is going to affect anybody who literally is born on the zodiac sign of the horse. And I'm not really going to focus on it. I don't care to. I don't care to get that specific right now. This is general. But I will say that anybody who has any affinity or overlap to horse things, I think that's also something that you should consider. Go and take a look at all the characteristics of what the horse entails. And also to think about how, if at all, does the horse vibrate or is viewed by you. If you don't have any strong opinions or any strong correlations, let's say, to horse energy, maybe you can think about as well, what does the horse do to you? Think about it. How does the horse feel to you? If you would like a reading, if you donate through Cash App, I'll be more than happy to. $33.33. So going back to horse energy, you can also think about as well, doesn't necessarily have to be through the Chinese zodiac. It can also be through, any one of the astrological systems that we have. For instance, even in India, don't they have the various type of different types of moon energies? Like depending upon what moon you're under, you could have a trait. There is like the Ashwini energy, right? They say it's literally breaks down to, or the zodiac animal for that sort of moon would be a horse, right? A horse, and related to some legend about twins or something of that nature. I'm not really familiar on Vedic astrology, but I do know that their moon phases correlate to Pacific imagery, and that one of them is a horse. I was trying to think if Capricorn could be considered a horse, but they call it sea goat. So a horse, same as a goat. I actually do think that depending upon how you view the Chinese zodiac or Southeast Asia or mainland, like they have the sheep and the goat, maybe those are the same, maybe they're not, the cat and the rabbit, things like that. But, something to go and consider around that too. Anyway, I see that there is lots of transformation. I'd also say that for those of you, think about what the horse means, and if you have any connection. Maybe you grew up in an area with horses. Maybe you will move to an area with horses. Maybe somebody put up a billboard on your way to work where you see a horse. Maybe somebody comes in and they're wearing a t-shirt with a horse. Maybe somebody gives you a bracelet and it has a horse on it. Maybe it doesn't have a horse, but something that could be that you could go and see as being connected to a horse, like a 4-leaf clover. Horses like clover. Maybe it could be a horseshoe. All those things I leave up to you to keep an eye out and be aware of. And think about, how does that affect you? How could that affect you? And in the greater energy of that transformation that is exactly coming for the next year. Ah, you're a boar. Well, I can tell you, Liz, a pig energy is literally one of the best energies of all this zodiac to be a part of, especially since your sign your collective is a natural attractant to wealth. Literally, of all the other signs that are there in the Chinese zodiac, the big signs are the ones that naturally have fortune coming to them. You're like the beloved wealth magnets of the zodiac. Not saying other zodiacs don't have wealth or favors in their own way. Some do have it harder than others. But the pig energy, pigs are meant to live a soft life. They're meant to have success, and they're not meant to go and work to the bone for it. And likewise, too, which I would say something that you can go and consider, Liz, in being in that energy, you need to watch out, who do you allow, Liz, to be around you? You do need to watch out, who do you allow to be around you? Because as I said, pigs are wealth magnets. Not just for you, but for the people around you. Who you're friends with, who you partner with, who you work with, where you spend your time. Liz, you're like a bouquet of flowers, a bouquet of daisies. That you place it, Liz, in an area, and you bring good energy to that area. So you can consider, in that respect, your very presence itself is a good luck charm. Your very presence itself is a gift. Do keep that in mind. You don't want to necessarily spread the good fortune that you attract to areas and spaces that don't deserve it. Still going on next year, and just thinking about basic vibrations, the vibration of this being the year of the snake, a number 9 year, and that we're going into the year of the horse, a number 10 going down to number 1 year. We can take one more step into this year, and let's look again at 2025. So the numbers with 2025, we have 2s and we have 5s. 2s also speak about our, relationships, our partnerships. Also, too, with 2s, we're on a one-to-one basis. One-to-one base, not necessarily dealing with a group, and not necessarily dealing with the environment, organization, a company, the larger ones, but this is literally one-on-one energy. Also, too, as people deal with you, perhaps from a group, they're still going to be dealing with you, or you are going to be affected. You have been affected to them by them on a one-to-one basis. If whether that's positive or negative, their interaction wasn't something necessarily that you could gloss over. It was direct. And I say that too because the 2 vibrations have been paired with the 5 vibration of 2025. Now, the moment you have a 5 in there, 5s are crackling, alive, sputtering, kinetic, electric energy. The moment a 5 energy is introduced, you have transformation. Perhaps you won't be able to act on that transformation right away, which again correlates or complements the snake energy that this year has been in. But with a number 5, it's when you start seeing things, or the way that you have, let's put it this way, the way that you have been operating, you can't continue it. It becomes uncomfortable. It becomes redundant. Maybe you can't quite break away from it yet, but you are itching away, itching to move away from something, someone, or several things, several someones. 5 energies inspire, or inspire is a soft word. 5 energies create the need and your own dedication to make a big change. Now, again, we go back into the nines. Altogether, 2025 breaks down to 9. 9 is not yet. 9 is also 2 more internal. Can't really push forward on a 9. You can only go and wait it out. But you're here, all the action is internal. 5s are a realization internally, I can't do this anymore. This is not going to work. How do I get out of it? How do I move in the best manner for me with the circumstances and the avenues that I have? How do I create more avenues? How do I not lose what I've already built? How do I lose how do I continue to maintain what's important to me and progress without losing anything? Right? That's all that the 5s go into. Almost like war strategy modes. Not quite, but in that vein. So we think about a 2 and a 5. 2 and 5s. Well, first of all, the partnerships need to change. The partnerships need to evolve. Who and what you've been surrounding yourself around, just now the bare passable level. It's not, you're not dealing with the quality you want and the quality you need. So 2 and 5s tell me right then and there who you've been spending your time with, the activities that you've been spending your time doing. You're ready for a change. You see that that's inadequate. Maybe it was fine before. Maybe it was never really fine, but it worked. But either way, now's the time. Or now is the time when you have gone, this isn't going to work, right? It's on borrowed time as you're dealing with it. So it's also something to think about, the theme for this year. How many relationships or situations will you be carrying with you to next year? Because again, next year is a vibration of 1, a vibration of 10, new start, end of cycle. 2s with 5s tells me that there have been circumstances, there have been situations, there have been relationships in the way that you operate. And those routines, you're ready for that to change. So I'm going to go and leave you guys with that, but I just did want to share my thoughts and to start off some predictions for 2026, what to expect, and also to recap on the energetic, across the board, full collective energy of what has been going on with 2025. And I invite you again to think about the transformation for this year. I bet you've made some pretty significant transformations internally, mentally, and also to either what affects your heart or what you've gotten out of your heart. Maybe you've hardened your heart, but you've definitely gone and seen certain things for what they are. And if anything, I'd say too, an energy of 5, I don't think you're going to be giving that a second chance to come back. It's already had its time. It's already too late. Anyway, I'll be around if anybody would like a reading. But right now, I'm out.